Hello there. Today I'm announcing that I'm going to take you with me on my journey to 2000 ELO on chess.com. I'll be playing games, doing puzzles, and studying openings. So yeah, our destination is set. Let's hope we'll reach it. Now, to start things off, I'd first like to recap my journey thus far. As you can see, I'm currently exactly 1800 rated, and I've had quite a steady improvement for the past 2.5 years or so. And I'd like to show you some games I played throughout these past years. And to prepare you for what's coming, let's just say I've come a far way. So, onto the first game. Um, Not just the first game of this video, but actually my first ever game on chess.com. So, yeah, let's see what happens. So, I apparently played d4. I could have sworn I was an e4 player back then, but apparently not. And my opponent was trying to play a French of some sort, I guess. And I played c4, so okay. And my opponent checks me, I block, he takes me, I take back. And so far you might say, okay, this doesn't really look like a 500 ELO game. Nothing has been blundered yet. It might not quite be theory, but it's okay. But just wait, okay? So he develops his knight, I develop my knight, he attacks the center, I defend, was already defending with my knight, but okay. He takes, I take. I don't know what that move is, so the weird stuff is already starting. I castle, and he attacks my center. So I guess that my move was to prepare that one. Now, I just developed my queen, attacking his knight. So far so good. Now, this move might be a problem, so I don't know, it's exactly good, but as you can see from the evaluation, I was doing well here, and I guess for 500 ELO, this is still a pretty good game. So he doesn't see it, he tries to develop his queen, I don't know why, but yep, I take his knight, and I'm up a full knight. But as you can probably guess, it's a 500 ELO game, so that's not the end of it. So he brings his knight in, don't know what he's doing, so I attack it to try and kick it out. Now here the really weird stuff starts happening. First he plays this kind of interesting move, knight c2. I can take it, but then I lose my bishop, so it's not really a blunder of the knight. I don't know if my opponent saw that in the game or just played that to attack my rook, didn't see my queen was attacking it. But I counterattack the knight with my rook. Now notice that the knight doesn't really have a square anymore, so he just retreats to a square where it's attacked. Now I can grab this knight in two ways and just um, not actually in two ways, sorry. If I grab it with my queen, obviously my bishop is still hanging on, but I can grab it with my pawn and I'm up yet another piece. But instead I go here. Now that's not a bad move because the knight is still hanging and I'm attacking the queen, so he has to move his queen, I can take the knight afterwards. So okay, he moves his queen back, and now I play rook c3. I just don't take the knight. That knight has been hanging for a couple moves, and it just stays there. It's immune or something, I don't know. So he brings his queen back, attacking my bishop. Now, of course, I need to protect my bishop, so what do? I grab a pawn somehow, and now he can just take it with his rook, so he does. So now I just lost that bishop. Okay, but the knight is still hanging, so I'm still doing fine. So let's take the knight now. No, of course not. Let's just leave that knight hanging. That knight is not important. He's just gonna leave it hanging anyway, so let's just continue. Okay, so what does he do? He brings his queen up and offers a queen trade, and I decline it in a weird way, but okay, I decline the queen trade, even though it would have probably been alright. Let's see what the engine says. Yeah, it's the best move. Oh, no, it's not the best move. The best move is obviously taking the knight, but okay. Um, so I decline it, and he brings his queen there, and I guess his idea was to checkmate, and he didn't notice my knight. So I brought my rook over, and he just took that. So yeah, now I'm just up a queen. Oh no, wait, I didn't take it, of course. So I don't know what it was back then, but apparently knight moves were, or anything to do with knights was really difficult for me because this knight has been hanging for ages now, and I don't see that this knight can take the queen. So yeah, great stuff. But again, I'm still winning, so okay. So he brings his queen back, and I bring this knight to the center. Not really with an idea, I guess. So he brings up his pawn. I bring up my pawn, don't know why. He brings his queen there, attacking my knight, so I bring my rook up, defending that knight, and I guess you can see what's coming already. He attacks my rook, and now I finally take the knight, but with my rook. So yeah, I guess this whole not taking the knight thing was just to not damage my pawn structure, and somehow I could see like 10 moves in the future, and uh, I knew that I was gonna be taking it with my rook or something. Now, of course, that's ridiculous, but I won the knight anyway at the end. So then he brought his bishop out to a really weird square. So I started checking him, and the game is almost over now. He brings his king in, I check him, and I don't checkmate him because why would you checkmate him if you can humiliate him some more? That was obviously not my idea back then, but yeah, it's what happened. So he brings his king over, I make a queen, he blocks with a bishop, only move, and now I checkmate him. So yeah, that was my first ever game on chess.com. Not really one to be proud of, but yeah, it's a journey, so it was a good start. But yeah, back then, like I said, 500 rated. In reality, I think uh, I was underrated because I played a lot of games against a computer before I started playing online games. So uh, that's probably why I won quite easily, even though it was not a perfect game at all. But yeah, in this journey, I started thinking, okay, what is my ceiling? And my first goal was that 1,000 ELO because yeah, it's just a nice number. It's quadruple digits, so I felt like that's what I'm going for. And then I reached it, and I felt like, okay, 1,300 is really good. I saw, I really envied all the 1,300 players and above. So I was like, okay, if I can reach that, I'm happy forever, and I don't care what happens after that. 1,300 is good. And I thought about that for a while. I thought like that for a while, and then I played the next game. Now, as you can see, I was 1,300 already, so I was happy. I didn't really care about my rating anymore. And I got paired up against the 1900. This was a tournament game, so that's why. And this game made me realize that maybe 1,300 wasn't my ceiling. So yeah, let's go for it. I played d4 again, and you can see this was already a better game. And my opponent played the Budapest. Now, up until this point, I've never encountered this, didn't even know what it was called, so I was really just winging it, defending the pawn. He attacks my f2 square, so I defend that. He attacks the pawn again, and I was like, okay, there's no point in defending this. I'm gonna lose it anyway, probably, so I brought my knight up here. Idea being that if he were to take my knight, I could take back, and then I would be fine. Now, of course, he didn't do that, but that was how I thought back then. So we grabbed the pawn, and okay, it was just a pawn exchange. I'm still doing fine. So I brought my knight in. He castled. I developed my bishop. He made room for his bishop to develop, and I castled obviously not to the square. So yeah, that was all fine. Now he played this one. I brought my rook over. Now this move is gonna be important later in the game, so watch out for that. And he brought his queen in, so he started attacking, started being aggressive. I didn't really see a threat, so I just brought my knight to a good square in the center, and I was like, okay. But then I saw his idea, because after all these captures, he won a pawn, but what he didn't see is that I could win a pawn here. So no, I didn't see that all up front, so I was a little bit lucky, but okay. I'm attacking his rook as well, so he moves his rook, and I just move my pawn up. And this is where things start happening, because he plays bishop f5, and as you can see, my rook is now completely trapped. I can move it to two places, but this bishop is defending both of them. So he's gonna win an exchange. I need to move my bishop in order to at least just lose an exchange instead of a full rook. So I decided to go here, because then after he took, I could take this bishop. And I thought I was better, because I might be winning this bishop anyway, and then it would be a beneficial trade. So he goes here, and I was like, okay, maybe I can start trying to trap his bishop here somehow now. So I first attacked his knight to get it out, and he counterattacked my bishop, so I moved it with tempo against the queen. I thought it was a good idea. Now, of course, his pawn is hanging, but I figured I was gonna try to win the bishop. So that was my idea. He didn't take the pawn, instead he went back, but now my knight is attacked, so I moved my knight back, and he brought his rook in, attacking my bishop, and it's defended by the queen. And now I started thinking of ideas, okay, how can I trap this bishop? And at first I was like, and that's actually wrong, but I was like, okay, I can move my queen up, or here, but he can defend the bishop with his knight. Obviously he can't, because my knight is defending, but that was my thought process back then. So what I did is I played this move, thinking, okay, I defend that square, and next move I'm gonna try to trap his bishop. What I didn't realize is that my queen is overloaded, and my opponent did, so he took the pawn, and after I took back, he took my bishop, and now he just won a pawn. And as you can see from the evaluation, I was down pretty much. But I was like, well, I'm playing in 1900, so it was to be expected. I don't care, I just see where it gets, and I'll probably learn something from this game or something. So I attacked his rook as it was going, and he defends it. And then I realized, okay, I need to go for some counterplay, so I played queen here, eyeing his king. Now, obviously, I'm not threatening anything yet. Actually, I am. I'm threatening this one. So he needs to do something about that. Now he moves his king out of the way, smart move. But now I bring my bishop in, and I'm starting to apply some more pressure. And as you can see from the engine, there's only one move, and the rest is already losing the advantage for black. So he defended with his queen, and now I came up with a really nice move. And I actually haven't checked the chess.com evaluation, but it probably might have been brilliant. But it's just this one, knight f6, sorry. So yeah, the idea being is that if you were to take, I would take back, and that's checkmate, so he can't take. But on top of that, I'm threatening this fork. I'm maybe coming in with my queen against this square. And it's just a really annoying knight for him. So he defends against the fork by playing this. And here I had a real killer move. I didn't play it, but I could have played this move here. Now it looks weird, because you would say, okay, if he takes the knight now, then this is no longer checkmate, because he can move his king. But it's wrong, because I can bring my queen in. And after he can only block with his queen, and then I think, okay. So yeah, but on top of that, his rook would have been attacked, so he would have had to move his rook. But I'm also threatening this checkmate, so let's say he does move his rook, and it's checkmate here. So really, he is just forced to lose material there. But I didn't play that, you already saw it. I played this one, which has kind of the same idea, but without the extra threat of winning the rook. So again, if he takes here, I can take back. He has to move his king, and I can check him any of 3 ways, and he has to block again, and I checkmate. So he still can take my knight, and I am threatening this one. So I thought like, okay, that was okay. Like I said, queen here would have been better, but okay. So he defended against that with his pawn, and then I brought my knight over because now it was time to get it out of danger. And now I'm eyeing this square. Again, my threat is to take and win the queen. So I have to do something about that, and it's not really an easy way because you can't bring the pawn up. Probably f6, yeah, f6 would have been better, although the light squares would be weak, but it's probably the best move because you can't defend this pawn any other way. But he decided to move his king so that this move, which I didn't play, isn't checked, so he could at least save his queen. So that's what he did. He brought his queen here, and things started getting really interesting from here. I brought my bishop back, thinking I was attacking the queen and the rook, but that wasn't really the case because he could get out of it like this, and now he's threatening checkmate. So if I were to take the rook, he would checkmate me. So I saw that, luckily, and I decided to go here, thinking, okay, I'm defending from the checkmate, and I'm threatening the checkmate of myself. So I was really proud of this move. But then he played this one. I didn't see this coming, and I was like, oh, that's not good, because I can't really move my queen, because he's gonna checkmate me, or at least, you know, if I move it here, he can, yeah, it will be checkmate. I mean, I can only take it with my queen, or go here, and you can go there, so it's gonna be checkmate. But I started thinking for a while here. You can see I had 5 minutes on the clock, and I don't know how many I had with my next move, but we'll see. But I found a clever move, and that's blocking with the bishop. As you can see, I took over a minute for this move. But the idea is pretty simple. If you were to take it with this pawn, I could fork him, not just the rook, but also the queen. So I would win his queen. So he move his king somewhere, and I take the queen. Obviously, he can take back, but yeah, I won this queen now. So even though it looks like this square is protected, it's not really. Now he could still take with his rook because I can take back because I lose my queen, things like that. But can he? Let's see actually, because now I have this move. Yeah, so okay. Now I can take because my queen is now defended. So okay, it's better, but yeah. But he goes here for a check. Now I have to move my queen, or lose my rook, I guess. But yeah. So now he can take this bishop. I thought. I don't know why he didn't actually. Oh, because I was still threatening this, I guess. But he brought his knight in. And here I was like, okay, now I'm winning his rook. Idea being that if he moves his king back, I can win his rook, and well, he can take back one of the pieces, but I win an exchange. So I played that, and then he brought his king up, and I was like, wait a minute. And it's actually checkmate here, and a beautiful one at that. So yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a discovered checkmate with bishop h4 checkmate. So yeah, so I was really proud of myself. As a 1300, I beat a 1900. Now, as you can see, you probably asked that. This account is actually being closed for fair play. So I don't know if he was cheating against me. I hope not for him, because yeah, that would be really embarrassing. But I guess not, because I wouldn't have won if he was cheating. But yeah, this gave me the confidence to go further and to say, okay, if I can beat a 1900, maybe one day I can be a 1900. So yeah, fast forward to the next game, And this is actually the last game I've played on chess.com, and this is the game that got me to that 1800 rating, as you can see at the bottom. And it's still not a perfect game. So yeah, let's see where it's going. So d4 again very original. And again, a weird move here. I don't really come across this a lot, but I decided to take. Probably not really the best option. I did. Brought his bishop out and then I attacked. And I was like, okay, he can take my knight and double my pawns, but his bishop was protecting the dark squares here. Now he isn't really castled there, so yeah, I could have played better here, I think. But he did take my knight. I had to take back, of course, and now I have these doubled isolated pawns, and the compensation is that he has weak dark squares, so I need to take advantage of that somehow. So I brought his queen in, attacking c3, okay, also defending the dark squares, so good move. And I defended here, and maybe in the future some discoveries, although I'd have to move 2 pawns for that, so not really, but I figured I need to defend and develop at the same time. So he brought his pawn up, I brought my pawn up in order to develop my bishop somewhere. So that's what happened. He locked my pawns in here so that they would remain weak. And then I just brought my queen up, trying to double up, maybe castle queenside, although that would be really dangerous. I don't think I was thinking that back then. But yeah, this is a backwards pawn now, so that's the target. So he brought his bishop out, eyeing this one. That's defended at the moment. So I took the pawn because this actually blocked the defense from his queen. And usually it's kind of dangerous to take a pawn like this, but in this case we're about equal in development, and there's not an immediate way he can attack my queen. So yeah, it's all right. Of course, he can attack my queen by moving his bishop, and then he just loses his queen. So so that's all right in this case. So he brought his pawn up, and I decided to go for the attack. Now, in hindsight, I don't really know what I'm trying to accomplish here because I'm still not castled, and those 2 pieces are not gonna win an attack against a full army. So probably not the best, but okay, I did that anyway. So he brings his knight out, attacking my queen. And yeah, it's where it starts to get tricky because my queen is defending my knight, so I need to keep defending my knight. And the only square I saw, turns out in the game, I had like counterattacks and things like that. But I played this move, keeping defense of my knight. He castled, and I figured, okay, I need to get my knight out here because as soon as he can attack my queen again, I'm gonna lose my knight. And I did it with tempo, attacking his queen. The knight is also defended, so I figured, okay, this is okay. He can't really do anything about it right now. So I moved his queen, and I moved her queen back as well, just to get it out of danger. Probably that was unnecessary. I should have just kept developing, but yeah, I did. Now he brought his knight out, and I started attacking again. I'm not really sure why I didn't complete my development, especially castling. But yeah, it's these are moves with tempo, and he can't really take advantage of me not being castled, so that's okay. But then he brought his knight here, and I guess he was trying to remain active. But I saw here, I thought I saw that I had a tactic to win his knight. And I did, but I saw it another way, and that didn't work actually. So the tactic is to give this check here. Notice it's defended by my queen. So if you were to take, I would just take his queen. So that's not what he will do. So we'll bring it back, and then I can take this knight, again defending my knight. So I'm just winning a knight. And I saw the same idea, but in another way, because I gave this check. And now you might say, okay, that's the same thing because he brings his king out, I take the knight, and my knight is still defended by his queen. But the problem is here that he has this move. He's attacking my queen now. I can't take because he takes with his queen, and I can't move my queen somewhere that defends the knight because here my queen will be taken and here it will be taken. So I would have to just give up on my knight, and then it would just have been a fancy knight trade. Although his pawns may be a little bit weaker, so it would have been a little beneficial to me, but yeah, still, I could have won a full knight. But okay, this happened, and my opponent made a real big blunder here. He thought, okay, his queen was defending his knight, it moved away, so I can just take the knight. But yeah, I was still defending it from another way, so I just took the queen and he resigned. And that's actually funny because, well, you can see that even at the 1800 rating, people still blunder their queen sometimes. So yeah, it was not the best game at all, but it is what got me to 1800. So yeah, I hope we will have a successful journey to 2000. Obviously, I don't know how long it's gonna take, if it's ever gonna finish. But yeah, we'll see. I'm happy to do it. So yeah, looking forward to it, and let me know what you think about it. And if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments, and I'll get back to you.